Welcome to my Shed Wars, my first harvest video. G'day there, I'm Dana from Pewakaka Valley Homestead, and this is my very first harvest video. I have just dug out my first lot of potatoes. I plan on replanting that with some more potatoes. We've got enough time before the next frost, before the first frost, to get another crop in, so I'm going to give that a go. So I have harvested all my potatoes. I didn't get as many as what I'd hoped, but this is a brand new garden bed, so we take what we can get, really. Some of them are really quite a decent size. Like this one, it's huge. Right, these are some of the broad beans or fava beans that my children have picked, so I will weigh those. And Chloe has kindly harvested my garlic. Some of them are amazingly good and some of them are amazingly small because unfortunately we got hit with quite bad rust this year, which is not something I've actually had problems with in my garlic before. But I guess it was obviously too damp and too hot at the wrong time. So some of them are really tiny. They're just little. Some of the elephant garlic's alright though, it's massive. And some of the garlic is actually okay. If you look at some of these bulbs, they're certainly on the smaller side, but they're not horrific. So I'll count those up and see how many we get. I might move them through to the tunnel house so they can dry out in there for a few days, and then I'll cut the greens off them and then I'll weigh them. Now unfortunately with harvesting not everything goes to plan. This is some mizuna that just went to seed before we got a chance to eat it, and this over here is my broccoli that unfortunately I fought the aphids. I fought them long, I fought them hard, and then I forgot about the broccoli over Christmas and it's all gone to flowers. So I'm going to pull them out, and I'm not sure, but I think I'll put some cauliflower in here. So each of our Shed Wars videos is supposed to have a handy tip. My tip is on harvesting garlic. So you are supposed to harvest garlic when at least half of the greenery is gone brown. Ordinarily, hopefully for you, it's not because of rust. Usually it's in the heat of summer when it starts turning. And once you've harvested them, usually you stick a fork, like a little garden fork, the wee hand forks, in beside it and loosen the roots, and that will mean that you should be able to pull out the tops with the bottoms all nicely attached. Now the next thing you want to do is lay them out somewhere hot and dry. I'm just using the table in the tunnel house. If you've got some good weather for a few days, you can just leave them on the garden bed, which is what I usually do. We are expecting some rain probably this afternoon, and then so you just leave them to dry out for a few days and then flip them all over and leave them for another couple of days, and that will help ensure that these papery outsides harden up nicely, and it will mean that they will store a lot better. And then after that you can either decide to plait the greens together and make a big long beautiful plait thing, or you can do what I do, which I snip the roots off with some secateurs and just snip the tops off, and that way they take up less space, and I just store them somewhere cool and dark and dry. It has to be dry, otherwise it'll go mouldy. If you don't know what Shed Wars is, it is a gardening competition. It's not a shed building competition. I am a participant in it, and we are representing Team Down Under. So if you hit the hashtag SHEDWARS21, it will take you to everybody's videos. I hope you've enjoyed this one. If you have, hit the like button. We'll see you in the next one.